Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly Ferguson. Presently, I am in a deep dive December and exploring different aspects of my identity here on YouTube. And today, I wanted to explore that through the method of archetypes. To do that, I have an archetype deck by Carolyn Mays that I've had for many, many years. So we're going to look at that and then do a little bit of writing and scribbling some notes down, basically. So let's turn to the art table and explore archetypes. So here is the deck. I have had this deck for a really long time. I think I bought it back in the late 90s. I think it goes back that far. I don't know. This was, so early 2000s. Anyway, what I did is I flipped through the deck and I wanted to pull out anything that had strong energy with it. So whether it was something I was like, I'm not that, or yes, I identify with that. I basically wanted to weed out all the neutral ones. So the ones that I picked out are visionary, teacher, athlete, hermit, storyteller, liberator, seeker, servant, saboteur, alchemist, child magical, slave, student, artist, and guide. Now, after this step, I wanted to narrow it down to this list that I came up with. So I kind of want to tap into what is my lead archetype, supporting archetype, the archetype that I might be becoming on this channel, and then my shadow archetype, and then a protective archetype. Let's revisit this. The artist is definitely potential for a lead, guide, potentially as a supporting. The slave is a shadow, student, possible supporting, magical child, supporting, alchemist, maybe who I'm becoming, saboteur, shadow, servant, shadow, seeker, supporting, liberator, lead, storyteller, lead, hermit, shadow, athlete, supporting, teacher, supporting, visionary, potentially becoming. Okay, I don't know. Well, let's look at the shadow for a second. So the shadow one, this one kind of showed up for me in basically giving my power away. You can kind of see it here in the shadow, giving your power away to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. That has kind of been a consistent theme for me of putting my faith and trust in other people versus myself and being my own authority, and basically following someone else's blueprint or plan, business plan, thinking that that's kind of what I need to do, and then surrendering my own intuition, desire is definitely a contender. The saboteur, we all kind of do this a little bit, we're engage in destructive behavior because ruin the plan and it never works out because there's an element of it that's not in alignment. This one feels a little stronger than this, so I'm going to put that one out. The hermit, I have a tendency to withdraw and hide when I'm feeling overwhelmed or afraid of being judged or criticized or negative comments. So it's choosing not to be visible to avoid vulnerability of being online or sharing something. I think that one's still a contender. And the servant is also a strong one, which can also be the helper, the fixer, the caregiver. These can all be very similar. And like the shadow of that is that we give so much and then don't either accept money for that in return or just give our services for free all the time, which is like definitely something, a pattern I can fall into because I just am like, have a hard time standing in like my power to receive and be compensated for it. So that's definitely like a shadow. Okay, these three definitely, out of the three, let me see if I can pick one. This one feels pretty strong. The Hermit, maybe not as much. I'm starting to get over that one. It's probably more this one. So we're going to go with that. Let's put that down as the shadow. The Servant. Alchemist, transforming, or the light attributes is transforming a base motives and goals into golden wisdom. The shadow is the misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. I think it's more this one, but I don't know if this is like, I'm not sure. There's some question marks around this. There are some others over here that feel more like leads or potential, like maybe this is, I don't know. This is hard to tell, but okay. Let's go into maybe, all right, teacher. This might be a little bit of like maybe what I'm afraid to be on YouTube. Maybe I don't see myself as like a teacher or something. The athlete, that one feels more like an archetype I identify with, but I don't know if it belongs here on the YouTube necessarily. This one does speak to me just in relationship to like connection to my body, which feels like I resonate with that pretty strongly. So, but I don't know if it's like part of the YouTube identity. So I'm going to set that one aside. Okay. The Seeker, of course, is always strong. That's pretty strong for my YouTube identity. Okay. The Magical Child, I tend to see like, and have this belief that, anything's possible and sees beauty in a lot of different things. This kind of comes out with my photography and like really seeing the best in people, the beauty in people, places, things. Like my camera is really kind of like my magical child, like how it sees the world. So that's definitely part of it. The Student, I think, is similar to the Seeker. And I think I almost identify with the Student more than the Seeker because I'm always trying to be like a good student. Yeah, lifelong learning for sure. Okay, so storyteller and artist, stories and symbols for sure. Like that's a strong one. The Liberator, I think this actually might be more about like the archetype I'm becoming, or yeah, that might be a becoming one. The Artist is a potential lead. So, okay. We have the archetype I'm becoming. I think these feel very familiar, so I don't think that's it. I think it's these three potentially. I think it's between these two. I think it's this one. This is like the archetype I'm becoming. And possibly like teacher or even, wow. Okay, so I wanted to change it to guide because it feels like, I don't know, the teacher, sometimes I really don't see myself as that. I guess I think of teacher like in a traditional sense. When I think of like mentor or guide, like that seems more resonant, but like, why am I so resistant to teacher? So that's kind of an interesting thing, And because I'm such a strong student and I really like admire excellent teachers, maybe that's part of my like what I need to step into. So I think it resonates actually. Teacher. Okay. So, servant, teacher. Okay, supporting. So, I think the protective archetype is, it's almost like this and this are kind of protectors, like kind of giving up my power and or hiding, like withdrawing is a way to just stay out of, like, maybe either making fear of making mistakes, choosing the wrong thing. So I actually think this is the protector, because there's a lot of fear of like making wrong choices. Okay. And then lead archetype, I think it's between, I think the supporting is the artist. And then the lead is the storyteller / magical child. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. I mean, yeah. But I think this is probably like supports this. I'm gonna say storyteller, magical child are the leads. The artist is the supporting. The archetype I'm becoming is the liberator / teacher. A liberated teacher. And then the shadow is the servant, and the protective archetype is the slave. Okay. Well, I think I might need to do some journaling around these and maybe some deeper dives into the meanings behind them. So if you don't have the archetype cards, you can always Google a list of archetypes and either make your own cards or just kind of run through the list, print out a list and check ones off that feel more neutral, and highlight the ones that have some kind of charge or energy to them. Yeah, that's kind of my exploration for today. I'm going to leave it there, and we'll see you tomorrow.